Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name Rendita Deviani. Now I want to tell you about economic terms inflation. Before that, first of all, I want to tell you about a definition inflation. Inflation is a gradual loss of purchasing power that is reflected in a broad rise in prices for goods and services over time. The inflation rate is calculated as the average price increase of a basket of selected goods and services over 1 year. High inflation means that prices are increased quickly, while low inflation means that prices are growing more slowly. Inflation can be constrained with deflation, which occurs when prices decline and purchasing power increases. When inflation occurs, money loses its purchasing power. This can occur across any sector or throughout an entire economy. The expectation of inflation itself can further sustain the devaluation of money. Workers may demand higher wages and business may charge higher prices in anticipation of sustained inflation. This in turn reinforces that factors that push prices up. An example will be the following news story titled "An Inflation Gauge Tracked by the Bank of Japan jumped to a 7-month hike." An inflation gauge in Japan that is closely watched by the Bank of Japan (BOJ) come in at 7-month hike in November, which could prompt the central bank to raise rates early next year. The cold inflation rate, which strips out prices of both fresh food and energy and is tracked by the BOJ, Bank of Japan, rose to 2.4% from 2.37, its highest level since April. An inflation gauge in Japan is closely watched by the Bank of Japan, coming a 7-month hike in November. The core inflation rate, which stripped out prices of food, coming at 2.7% up to the 2.3% seen in October, and beating the 2.6% forecast by economists polled by Reuters. Headline inflation rose to 2.9% from 2.3%, reaching its highest level since August. The reading comes a day after the Bank of Japan held interest rates steady at 0.25%, surpassing economists who expected a 25 basis point hike. The BOJ said in a statement on Thursday that the decision to hold was a split 8-1 decision, with board member Naoki Tamura advocating for a 25 basis point hike. Tamura was of the view that inflation risk had become more skewed to the upside, and proposed that the bank hike interest rates during the meeting. BOJ, Bank of Japan, Governor Kazuo Ueda reportedly said in a press conference today that as underlying inflation was only increasing at a moderate pace, the Bank of Japan could go slow in raising rates, he said. And he add that BOJ super sanguine on the country's inflation and growth figure, but Ueda was like focusing on foreign uncertainties, namely the impact or the incoming of the incoming Donald Trump administration. And next course of the issue is rate hike in January in a bid to support the yen. And next impact of the issue, the yen weakened against the US dollar following the BOJ, Bank of Japan decision to hold the rates. It hit on Friday, marker its weakest level since July. However, the currency later strengthened again. Low explained that with the yen now drifting toward the level against the greenback, Japan's finance ministry might try to issue warnings to the market or filing that it might force a rate hike in January in a bid to support to yen. Thank you so much for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.